internet. So the time has come for me to show you all of the planners I have. It's a lot, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know that people are probably gonna be like, why you have so many fucking planners, Kate? It's just how my brain works. I don't necessarily classify everything I'm going to show you as a planner specifically. There is a solid 2 there's a solid 2 planners in this chunk in here that I personally don't think are a planner, but I've decorated them all pretty because I like to have pretty things. So that's kind of the mood on that. I'm gonna say it right up front. There's 10 planners that I'm gonna show you in here. I do not use all of them every day. I have 2 that I would consider the absolute like core plannering for me to be functioning at a minimum. And if I wasn't in the planner community, you know, I could do it in 1, to be honest with you. I could probably do it in 2. A work planner, because I like to keep that separate, and then like a personal planner. But a work planner could just be like a notebook. I lived off of a work notebook for like 3 years before I got a work planner, so that is neither here nor there. There are 10 planners I'm about to show you, so buckle in. We are going to go through all of them and kind of like the justification for why I do this to myself, why my brain is the way it is. It's a whole thing. Keep in mind that I am also a shop owner. I do like to have a little bit of everything to kind of like see how my products work in other planners. Like that does have a lot to do with it, I think. But I'm also at a place where I am using these. Like it's not just for testing purposes. So it's kind of a mix of both. And the fact that my brain refuses to let me focus on more than one thing at once. I'm a little rambly today also. I have a migraine and we're in that like 30-minute period where I'm a functioning person, so I figured I would just film this video, get it out of the way, then continue to be a zombie for the rest of the day, so let's do this. These 2 are like my ride or die, what I would consider to be my core planners, what allows me to function and be like a person with a working memory during the day. It is a passion planner. I don't know I think this is just like the standard size. I know this year they only had 1 size, but then they brought the sizes. It was a whole thing. But I actually picked it up for $1. I had been looking at passion planners for a few years, but I hadn't gotten one. When they did the $1 sale, I want to say in like July, I picked it up then, and I have been using it ever since then as like my messy kind of brain vomit, get everything out that I need to think about for the week planner. I do, let me actually go to the current week. There's not a whole lot of personal information this week, or else I wouldn't show it to you, but I just made stickers and I just wash out the times because that doesn't work for my schedule. This is more just like a throw everything on the page. I haven't filled this out this week yet, just because today is Tuesday and Monday I had a lot of like day specific tasks, but if I want to do something general, I always fill this out. I am actually getting really good at filling out a focus for the week and a focus for the day that kind of like helps ground me, I think, and I just think that this is a really good planner. If I wasn't a planner person, I could very likely work off of just a passion planner. I think there's everything you need. The monthly is good. It's a good size, I think. There's a lot of good stuff to write it down. I don't utilize monthlies as much as other people do, so I'm not the best person to really talk to about that, but I enjoy it. I think that this is a good planner. So this is where I kind of go, and if I have any tasks that have like a certain day assigned to them, I will put them down, but I don't have a life this week, so I got nothing. Pretty much just getting ready for Candy Shop, which is this countdown down here, and then figuring out my life basically is the theme of the last few weeks. So that is the passion planner. That's that. It's just the messy brain dump. I am going to be picking one up for 2020 as of right now. I'm like 99% sure. Editing Kate here. I'm a dirty liar, it turns out. I ended up getting a plum planner, and I will talk about that when it gets here, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't actively lying to all of YouTube. I have like one doubt in my mind that I could fold this into maybe a personal wide rings, but I'm gonna get into that later because that's the one that I currently don't consider to be a planner. So it adds a layer of difficulty to this decision. So that's the passion planner. Then, I actually don't know which order videos are going up on the channel, but this is my A6 rings. I just did a flip through video of it, so I'm not going to go super in depth. But this is where my dailies live, and this like lives on my desk with me during the day. If I'm going anywhere where I have a larger bag, if this is, I'll get into it even more. There's a reason why I have pocket rings. But if I'm going anywhere where I have a larger bag, I will also take this with me. So this is just home to my dailies, which I do every day. Planning to me is a creative outlet. I'm sure it's a creative outlet to many other people. So while this could be a lot less cute, I enjoy it. I enjoy doing this. It's fun for me. It's a good way for me to kind of like decompress. So this is how I do my dailies. And it's a great way to use kit leftovers, quite frankly. Then I also have a section for to-do lists, and a section with just some dot grid paper because I like to do that stuff when I'm on the go. If I'm traveling, for example, to Boston, which I do frequently, this is the only planner I will take with me. So, and a Hobonichi, the Hobonichi Weeks. We'll get into it. Oh my god, I have so many planners. I don't dislike it. I just wish that my brain wasn't the way it was. And then back here I just have some sticker paper to put some stray stickers on for when I travel. That was the point I was trying to make. So yes, I do have a whole flip through video of that, so check my channel out if you would like to see all of that, with especially a flip with some of my dailies, so you can look at them a little more in depth. So those are like the core ones. This Hobonichi Weeks that I have currently in a Pink Room Co. planner, I've bought a Weeks for 2020. I keep going back and forth about whether or not I'm gonna have 2 weeks next year, or if I can fold this into the A6 rings just as a week on, like similar to Hobonichi Weeks layout. It's technically like a week on one page with like a grid on the other page, and that's the insert that I was actually using before this. For 2019, I decided that let's go to this week because I haven't really filled it out. Same deal. Let's just not show you all of my personal opinions. Personal information. You can hear all of my opinions all the time, every day, all day. This, I like a lot for functional reasons and not necessarily for the book that it is. I think that in 2020, I have purchased one Hobonichi Weeks, but if you follow my channel, you know that I have 2 Hobonichi Weeks right now. I do think that I'm slimming it down to just the one, just for my fitness. So this is currently cut for 2020, but I am using it and will use it until the book is done because I don't like to waste things. We're almost done. We are like, it's October 1st right now. So basically, I really like the Hobonichi Weeks because it forces me, who is a very like easily overwhelmed person, if you haven't gotten this from everything I've been saying, to really only focus on 3 or 4 tasks for a day. To really identify, like, here's 3 or 4 important, necessary tasks, and everything else is like to not be worried about. So that is why I like that. It can very easily be translated to other planners, so that's why this is currently kind of in flux. But I am using it right now. It's the same thing. I use identify 3 or 4 tasks on the left-hand side, and then just general broad weekly goals on the right-hand side. I can very easily put that in my A6 rings or my pocket rings if I'd like to. So that's kind of, you know, it's a possibility right now. But as far as it's concerned as a planner, it has been working out really well for me. This was initially supposed to be my purse planner, but it turns out that I had like really, really small purses, so that's the need for the pocket rings. So, pocket rings. You've seen it on the channel. I've done a flip through. This one is done up super cute. This is like the first time I've ever actually done like a really, really cute layout. It's adorable, right? Let me center this. Things I'm not good at, centering things in the frame. Honestly, there's no reason that I need to own this planner other than the fact that it's the only thing that fits in my small purses. And it's very important to me to have like a year at a glance, just so I can put down things that I'm doing if I'm like on the go and someone's like, hey, this is coming up, then I can just pull this out and write it down. Could also do that in my phone, but I am a person, I know that it's like science, but I am a person who is very reinforced by writing it down. So if I put it in my phone, I will forget it until that week comes up, and then I'll be like, well, shit. If I write it down, we're good. And then I had a symptom tracker for an appointment that I had last month. That was useful to bring with me to my appointment. And then I use this for grocery lists. So I write down what I'm gonna eat for the week here and write all of the items here. I don't ever really buy more items than this because I'm just shopping for myself. So at the most I'm shopping for 2 people. So yeah, and same thing as my A6 rings. I just have lists and dot grid because I am the kind of person that just likes to be able to stop and take a note wherever I am. So this is kind of the, you know, the purse conundrum is when I'm on the go, I still need a notepad. I could probably use just like a notebook and then transfer everything over, but I know me and I know that I'm not going to do that. So that's why the pocket rings exists. That's why I am thinking about folding this weekly into this kind of a layout. Maybe I would make it on 4 pages for our pocket rings just because of the size, but I think that that would eliminate the need for this planner because the only reason I'm using this planner is because I need that layout and because I purchased it and then it didn't fit in any of my purses. It fits in like tote bags, obviously, backpacks, some larger satchels, but I just really like to carry a small purse with a small planner inside of it because I've mentioned I have headache issues, I have migraine issues. Any kind of like tension carrying a heavy handbag like that regularly, it really, really triggers migraines for me. So this is just a way for me to still be able to have a planner on the go. And I do really love it. It's so cute and tiny. So this is the Hobonichi Weeks that is not getting cut from my 2020 lineup. I actually got in the Space Invaders one. It's so cute. I don't know, retro gaming is like my favorite thing. So this is the Hobonichi that I use for my like fitness, health tracking kind of thing. I'm just showing you a good week because I don't have a lot of really great weeks if I'm gonna be honest with you, but it's like a certain level of accountability to write it down. But this was a good week, so I'm gonna show it to you anyway. It's just really, really simple. I can use kits with this if I want to, but I don't have to, and it's really flexible to me, so I love it. This stays at home, or, you know, if I travel, it stays, you know, wherever I'm traveling, but I don't bring it out with me. I'll fill in later as the day progresses. It's a really great book to be tracking my health and fitness because that's definitely something that I especially want to be focusing on the end of this year and all through 2020. So no complaints about this planner. So the next 2 planners kind of in my brain get classified the same way because they're both for like business. If I didn't own a shop, I would not have this planner at all. I would not have a need for it whatsoever. Everything about my shop is held within these pages. And it's so important for me to have that somewhere as its own separate planner, not as a part of anything else. It just needs to live on its own. And then this is a work planner. I work remotely right now, so my office happens to be in the house, but this lives in the office. I don't touch it outside of work hours. This is its own thing. And I think that a work planner is really important for anyone that has tasks that rely on them. Even if you have an online based work tracking system. I work in software development, so we use Jira to track things. It still is such a good reinforcement for me to write down my Jira issues, write down my notes, write down my contact points, all of that stuff within this. So this is a Hobonichi cousin. And I don't want to show any... Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to flip to a random page towards the end because I really cannot... I work in healthcare software development, so I really don't want to accidentally show anything that I shouldn't. But this layout works really well. Of course, I picked Saturday and Sunday, but I love the cousin. Let me flip to... So you have a monthly view. I don't think I have anything written down. Yeah, okay. I don't have anything written down for October yet because we don't have any firm schedules. You get a monthly view, so this you can write any big, like, if for me, I would write like releases, other type of things, you know. A weekly view. Let me also flip forward. Okay. A weekly view, so this is timed. I use this down to write down any of my weekly meetings, and then I also use it for time blocking because I work kind of independently from the rest of my team, so I use it to make sure that I'm staying accountable to myself since I work remotely. It's just really useful. And then you have daily pages, so obviously you have Monday through Friday, but then you also have Saturday and Sunday. I don't work on Saturday and Sunday, but these two are great note pages for like overflow. I love this as a work planner. I think it would be amazing if the day free had a monthly, a weekly, and then just note pages, but this is great. I cannot endorse the Hobonichi cousin more as a work planner. And actually, I do think you know, if I wasn't a planner person, I could probably work off of just the Hobo Cousin or the Passion Planner, but I think kind of depending on how much you have going on in your life. The Passion Planner, it definitely has less room to write daily tasks, that kind of thing. If I was not a planner person, like not a planner person, you know what I mean, who wanted to own a planner, and I had a lot going on, the Cousin would be perfect for it. Now this is my B6TN that I use for my shop. I'm not going to show you a whole lot of the stuff inside because there's a lot of like scheduling, there's a lot of like financial information. Like this is my book that keeps my shit together as far as plannerbunnypress is concerned. This is a PrintPression cover, and it's really not decorated at all. I'm gonna like redo it soon, but I just threw papers in it for now. So I've got, let me see. Okay, cool. I don't have anything written in December. I just have a monthly calendar. This is where I'll write like releases or like people that I corresponded with, what their responses were. Everything goes here. And then I have this layout that I made for myself. I actually have to edit it because I'm on another PR team now. But we just have a full box sized box for every day. My whole reasoning for this is that I don't work on shop stuff every day. I work a full-time job, and towards the middle of this year, I really started to value personal time. Like I work remotely, so I work at my desk from 8 to 5 every day, and then I would just switch laptops and work on shop stuff from like 6 o'clock to like 10 o'clock every night. And it's literally like I was just never leaving the room. So I designed this layout kind of keeping that in mind so that I can focus on what I need to do. On days that I'm not working on shop stuff, I just slap a full box sticker down, and that is that. On days that I am working on shop stuff, I am limited to just what's in that box, basically. This is kind of like a weekly overview list, or like things I have to remember if I want to keep track of, like if I'm making swag, how much swag I need, that kind of stuff. These are for PR posts for the shops that I PR for, and also my own shop. And then this is a social media tracker that I use over here. So this is kind of like the main dashboard for every way that I run my shop. Then, because I don't work on my shop every day, if there is a day that I have a lot of stuff to do, I can use one of these dailies. I don't use them that frequently because a lot of the time it's like cut stickers. So while that might take 4 hours, like it's just one line on the to-do list. But there are times that I'm designing things and I really want to like specify, design this, make a mock-up for this, upload it, listings for this, you know? So this is a really great insert to have in here for me to reach for if I need it. I said I wasn't going to go super in depth, but here we are. And then here's a note page. So this is how I track out like conferences that I'm going to, conferences that I'm doing things for, design ideas, YouTube ideas, release schedules, that kind of thing. So this planner really keeps plannerbunnypress together, and I could not run my shop without it. Okay, I guess we have one more. I wouldn't even like consider this a planner. So the next 3 things are things that I wouldn't really consider planners. This next one is a journal, what I would call it, for sure. And I just filmed a video about this. It's still like the little bookmarks are hanging out of it because I literally just had it open. This is the PrintPression that I just did a video on. So I'm using this as a kind of like gratitude, mental health, anxiety tracker kind of deal. I haven't filled it in for yesterday, but I did write down my gratitude, so I will go back and do that after it's filled in. I just didn't want to record it on camera because, like I said, I'm going to keep this one kind of private. But I got a PrintPression for free and I don't want to waste it, so I'm trying it out. That's really all I have to say about that. It's a good planner. I don't have anything against it. I don't really see a specific need for it in my life right now, considering the fact that I have 10 planners, but I am trying it out and I am trying to be more of an introspective person. So I think that this is a good use of it. I just wouldn't really consider it a planner. It's more of like a journal, you know? Next on the list of non-planners, this is my personal wide rings. It's a Pelle Studio. This is my get my shit together, be a fucking adult Kate. Not a planner. You know what I mean? The only thing in here that has a date on it is a habit tracker. And I'm not going to show you my habit tracker, but I'll show you a blank one. Okay, here is a blank one. So literally just the dates, and I can track my mood, although we'll have to see. Yeah, I'll track my mood. I'll keep tracking my mood in this, even though I have the PrintPression weeks. And then I have a bunch of habits. My key goes here. I start a new one every month because it switches up a little bit every month, so it's not pre-printed. But basically, there's just happy scrappy note pages so I can do like a brain vomit if I want to about all of my feelings. The habit tracker, like I said. Let's go to the next tab. Another brain dump kind of thing. I did actually do a fun little Marvel movie checklist in here once, but for the most part this is just like be a functioning adult Kate, the notebook. And it's just a cute notebook. Like, this is where I track job applications. That's the vibe. You know what I mean? Finances go in here. Personal finances, not shop finances. And then order trackers to track my online purchasing habits, which I've actually been really, really good about lately. The only other thing I have in here is an empties tracker because I'm trying to get through a lot of my skincare and makeup products. And this is a good way to know if something is good. And I actually just finished a moisturizer last night, so I have to put that in there. But that is everything in this planner. So it's not really a planner, it's just like a collection of like lists and feelings, if you know what I mean. So this could be in a notebook, I just prefer pretty things. Like, that's really what it comes down to. And I think this is a really good size for this to be in. Last item on our list. You have already seen this in a video. It still isn't set up because I'm gonna start it in 2020, but this is a Foxy Fix A5 rings. This is what's replacing my Erin Condren. This is what's gonna be my memory planner. Haven't actually memory planned in it yet. This is just my like mock-up spread to show you that my inserts work and I can do math and stuff, but like, yeah. So this isn't, I don't consider this to be planning because all I'm doing is writing down shit that happened in the past. So this is more like modern scrapbooking or whatever. I don't really know, but I own it and it is a planner technically, so I'm gonna mention it, but yeah, I don't personally think that this is planning. Therefore, I only have 8 real planners in this list. You know what I mean? It makes me feel a little better. 7, technically, because I don't consider the PrintPression Weeks a planner either. But, yeah, so far I just have these in here, and then I have a little happy scrappy folder that I punched and shoved in here because it turned out it fit, so I thought that could be a cute way to keep kits in there. And I'm gonna add like a monthly and whatever to do back planning, I guess. So let's see if we can get all the planners in the frame. That sounds fun, right? So these are all my planners. I put them all in a pile for you so that you can look at how ridiculous I am with all these things. Technically, you know, we could do less planners, we could, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a planner shop. I have a planner Instagram. I have a planner YouTube. There's a benefit to having all this shit. And as long as it's not stressing me out, like there are planners that stress me out and I need them out of my life, but these ones are good to me. They're good and I like them, and I know it's a lot, but it's something I enjoy. It's something I do. So, and I honestly don't feel the need to justify owning this many because I have clearly explained to you their purpose. Could I go down to a few planners? Yes, if I left the planner community, shut down my shop, and like was a boring person who didn't care about my health or my fitness, but like, there we go. So, that's it. That's everything. You've now seen the fact that I have 10 planners that I actually use, but it's really like 7 because 3 of them are like journals, if you know what I mean. Like a journal, a scrapbook, a notebook. You get my drift. The way that my brain works is if I sit down and decide to work on a shop task, and if I had that information in a catch-all planner, I would see all of the other tasks that I could possibly be doing instead of a shop task. And instead of doing that shop task, I would just be paralyzed with like anxiety and dread about having to do all of the other things on my to-do list. And so for me, it's just so much less stressful to compartmentalize everything that I have to do in my life and to really like force myself to focus on just a certain task or a certain set of tasks at a time. So I know that necessarily owning this many planners isn't for everyone, but I am really, really comfortable in the way that I have organized this. And, you know, it doesn't hurt that there's like super, super cute things that I can buy for all of these planners. So yeah, if anyone has any questions about any certain planner that I mentioned in the video, I'm sure that I forgot to mention like the brand and the color of the covers for about half of these. I kind of just thought of that after the fact. I could have told you what cover was on it other than it was just like a pocket rings, you know what I mean? Feel free to comment that below and I'll answer any questions about that. If anyone has any questions about any specific inserts I used, if anyone's looking for recommendations on a planner size or planner insert set that might work for them, that's something I feel really, really strongly about. Like, while I do have 10 planners and while I do use 10 planners, I've put a lot of thought into every single insert that has gone into every single one of these planners to optimize my functionality as far as writing in this stuff. Sure, there's a level of, you know, planning is my creative outlet. Planning is a hobby for me. I also own a shop, so there's a benefit to me owning a lot of sizes, but at the end of the day, if something wasn't working for me, I don't use it. I don't let it stress me out. So I would love to help anyone that's looking for that kind of, you know, recommendations in the shop. I'm great at, yes, I have a bougie planner, but I also know of some really, really great $6 planners on Amazon, you know what I mean? So yeah, leave any of your comments below and I will get back to them in some sort of a timely manner. Other than that, you know, I don't have anything else to say. I hope you enjoyed me talking about the fact that I own 10 planners. That's it. Later.